Yeah, so my question is, we've had a couple of friendlies, and some of the players that have been with us quite a while, i.e. Morales and co, seem to be performing above what they have done for quite a few years with us. And quite a few people are getting quite excited and thinking that, it's like a new signing, we're going to need to give them a chance. What do you guys think? Are you in agreement with me? These guys that have had plenty of years with us and never seem to deliver, should we just forget about the way it's been in the last couple of games and just get rid? Thank you.
So, Simon's made a good point, and he's not the first to say this. And I think we get sucked up into this every summer. Come back from pre-season, someone you don't like or someone you thought was out the door suddenly starts doing okay in pre-season. And then people start thinking, ooh, could he do it this year? Rog?
Yeah, I think there are a certain type of players who are good in pre-season, they specialise in it. Kevin Morales is probably the captain of the all-time best pre-season 11, isn't he? How many did he score against the Austrian fireman? Five in like 20 minutes.
It's not pre-season about Morales though, is it? It's
well,
when he feels the need to create a good impression, he runs about a bit, he tracks back, he tackles, he gets on the ball and so on. As soon as he feels comfortable, he reverts to type. So for me, sorry I've cut you up there, but for me, move him on quickly.
It wouldn't be the first time you cut me off, John, but it's absolutely fine. Kevin Morales is a no from me.
Yeah.
He'd have been a no from me 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And he scored a few goals and he ran around and he looked enthused. For me, he's kind of similar to Bezic. You know how it's going to work out. You put him in the first 11, he might get injured and then he'll be out for 6 months.
I mean, especially since, he spent the second half of last season at Olympiacos, and he basically said his goodbyes, hadn't he? We all thought, well, that's it, that's the end of this guy. Then they make a decision, well, we don't want to buy him because he didn't do anything for them. So I suppose at this time of year, that what it is a shop window for him, isn't it? Regardless of what he plays for Everton.
Absolutely,
he's got to be seen to be making a little bit of a buzz. So teams that other teams might go, oh, hang on. We were looking for a left winger. He's doing all right in pre-season. Let's get in there.
And that's why some of those players will have got game time as well, so they can be seen.
Yeah, and let's hope that is the outcome, because I think, you've said before that we're, as a group of fans, we like to moan. I think there's a case that we don't moan enough because we tolerate people like Morales. He should have been out the door. And there should be no room for sentiment.
Yeah.
He's underperformed enough time, and for me, just personally for me, Morgan Schneiderlin should be out the door.
Yeah.
Because how he performed and what he did last season, I don't want him anywhere near my football.
Yeah.
Now maybe he has turned a corner, and maybe he is actually a player that we need in the formation. And maybe he just about survives the last chance saloon. But we need to be more ruthless if we want to progress and we want to compete. There ain't no room for Kevin Morales.
From a business point of view as well, I mean, that's got to be the case, hasn't it? Surely. You can't be clean. Last season we spoke about having too many players, and we still are 38 or whatever it was.
Sure.
Yeah.
You've got to make those decisions, have you? Surely, from a business point of view, you've got to cut the losses out and just get rid of those players.
Yeah, from a top-down perspective, the things we're hearing out of Mashiri and certainly out of Brands and the like around promoting youth, they're about getting down the average age of the squad and reducing the wage bill. He ticks two boxes there, Morales, doesn't he? Get rid of him, brings down the wage bill, reduces the average age. Yeah. So, and we're not paying £50 million for a winger to keep Morales, are we?
No.
Yeah.
Was it Mourinho, I don't know, who first came out with this notion that what you need in a squad, and this football did exist before the Premier League, but the Premier League came along and you needed squads and blah, blah, blah. But I think it was Mourinho who said what you need is 2 players for every position, right?
Yeah.
So if you do the math,
22.
We've got 30 odd, and I think we've got more than enough people who could play wherever Kevin Morales thinks he plays. So we need to be ruthless, and we need 2 players for every position, and there's more than enough to cover for him.
There's always been that problem, I think, at Everton, just killing on to people, giving people second chances you would never think about giving before. We always seem to be very forgiving of certain players. That's
my point. And you've said before that we like to moan a lot, and the flip side of that is that we are James McCarthy. There's another one. How many chances do we give Jimmy McCarthy? How many chances do we give Bezic?
So you wouldn't keep Bezic?
No. No, strangely enough. I mean, I've got the shirt, but I wouldn't, you know.
John, you keep Besic?
Yeah, I think he'd be okay in a squad, and he's versatile as well. And probably because I very much doubt he's on huge wages. And I suppose the political response to your question is to say there's probably players you get rid of before you got rid of him. Yeah,
We didn't pay much for him, did we?
because he'll be fully depreciated, or pretty much as. So
Been
it'll be,
4 years, hasn't it?
yeah, there'll be no drag on that perspective, and through his injuries and all that sort of stuff, I doubt he's got a huge wage bill attached to him. And he would bring, particularly in that midfield, and you know, and the fact that he can, despite his size, play at centre back, can't he? He wouldn't be the first on my list to get rid of, but certainly Mr. Morales would be.
He can't have long left on a contract, Besic, though.
A year,
So
I guess,
I
don't
mean,
know.
so what about from that point of view? I mean, if we have got these players and they're coming into like the 2 years to go,
Yeah.
should we, you know, if there's any oohing and ahhing about them, shouldn't we just be looking to sell them or give them new contracts rather than wait? No, I know, but what I mean is though,
No, you're
for
spot
every
on.
single player,
You're spot
if you
on.
come into 2 years to go, that haven't we learnt anything from the Ross Barkley situation, that we don't let players go into the last year?
But look at